On this week's episode, I'm interviewing a gentleman who has acquired over 100 properties. So he went from being broke to over 100 properties and his share strategy.
What people don't realize, it takes time to build up wealth with property. Um, and you don't, I'm not saying you, like if you into shares, or if you even in the cryptocurrencies or crypto like Bitcoin, you need to be on top of it.
Yeah.
If I drive past my home and I see, well, there's my house, it needs a bit of paint, the tenant's paying the rent, I'll get paint the thing there. I know it's climbing in value.
Easy to maintain.
Yeah, normally it will only go up in value.
Okay.
Normally. Um, and the nice part about the property thing is, if you buy, let's say for instance, I'm just thumb sucking, but let's say you've got one property here that you buy, and let's use a round figure, R1,000,000. And let's use this utopia and say there's a 10% increase, which is not, but let's say 10% increase. I'm just for the
Sure.
for this mathematics. So every year on a property that's worth R1,000,000 and it climbs 10%, you're going to get an increase of on value of R100,000. And if you buy one property every year, that's 5 properties in 5 years.
Yeah.
That's how it increases. And the nice part about that is now you go to the bank and you say, there's on the 5 properties, there's 500,000 equity lying there.
Yeah.
Now, if you take that 500,000, you draw it like on a bond, so you can go to Thailand and it's not income. You can't get taxed on that money.
Yes.
But what my wife and I did over the years, we got into the property development side quite quickly. So we built up properties over the years, but then I drew money and I bought land, and then you start developing a property, but you start small. You like 2 houses, 4 houses, 6 houses. You take that income after your taxes and
Sure.
you roll it and you try and go bigger and bigger. But now you must remember, if you look at my grey hair, we've been doing it for a
Next time.
long time. I'm currently looking at a piece of land where I can do, 70 units. And once you get there, you get to a point where, I mean, if you asked me 20 years ago, would you have done, let's say, 70 units? If you look at the total
Yeah.
budget for this, you're talking about 80, 90 million, and you think, wow. But I mean, it's slow, it takes time to get there.
Yes.
And as you get there, then all of a sudden, it's like you're driving at 200 kilometers an hour and you slack off suddenly, and then you do 60 and it feels like you can walk next to the car, you know?
Yeah. No. 100%.
So yeah, to come back to the negative side about the if you're buying your personal name, and the positive side, the one positive thing about buying in your personal capacity, although remember I said I won't do
Yes.
it, is you get, I think it's currently R2,000,000 if on your primary residence, there's no capital gains tax on the first 2,000,000. Where if you buy it in a trust and so on, there's a company's capital gains tax, I think it's 21.6%, I think, that you must pay capital gains tax from zero. But the advantages of buying in a trust and a company, I think, outweighs the
Yes.
in your personal capacity. Although when you go to the bank and you've got something in a trust, believe me, I do go to the bank and I ask them, I give all these properties, and I said it's more difficult to get financing because they ask you stacks and stacks of documentation when you've got stuff in a trust or in a company. Which, in your personal capacity, it's much quicker.
Yeah.
Much quicker. But when you want to get into property, and when I say property, I'm not talking about, people say they are property investors and then they own 2 or 3 properties. That's not really, it's nice, but
Yeah.
it's not really a property investor. I don't want to tell you how many properties I have, but you must be,
No.
you must.
Chat GPT has an idea.
Does it?
I'm joking.
Oh, no, but I've got quite a bit of properties. But
Sure.
what I'm saying is, that is something, a guy like Warren Buffett says, don't diversify. But he diversifies indirectly. I mean, if he buys different shares in different, like financing and mining and whatever
Yes.
the case may be, or tech companies, that's diversifying. I believe that I don't diversify.
Yes.
I go for property, and that's what I know. I think I'm good at that.
Very.
And no, but that's but you know, the normal guy in the street can do it.
But I would say, you know what? I'm sure you don't only have property in Port Elizabeth.
I actually only have property in PE. I tried to get into the Western Cape.
Okay.
You won't believe me, about 3 months ago. Do you know how expensive the Western Cape is? It's unbelievable. But I've got a positive thing that I think might happen. When certain
Yes.
things happen in Port Elizabeth, and certain political parties, they lose the battle. If you look from Cape Town right through up until Jeffreys Bay PE,
Yes.
all those property prices are sky high,
Yeah.
and it just grows, but it stops in PE and Jeffreys
Okay.
Bay. So what I'm saying is, when somebody else takes over here, it's going to take 3 to
Yes.
5 years, then we're going to skyrocket. So if you own 5 or 10 properties, or even 50 properties, for instance,
Yes.
imagine if
So
that
no.
stuff doubles in 5 years' time. So if you're worth 100 million today, you'll be worth 200 million in 5 years. That I foresee that for PE, PE, even East London, PE,
Yeah.
Jeffreys Bay, those places. I believe it's going to happen.